Hi, it's a Friday morning. My name is Benedict Owusu. Thanks so much for joining me here on the sports segment on the AM show. Well, today we're looking at what's going to happen this weekend here on the local scene as well as the international stage where we're going to have matches in the major European leagues and also other stories. But here on the local scene, one big game is happening at the Baba Stadium on Sunday, and it's going to be between Kumasi, Asante, Kotoko, and CARA FC of Congo. It's a CAF Confederation Cup, the prelims, and Asante Kotoko are beginning here in Kumasi. Delali Atiase has been following Kumasi Asante Kotoko, their preparations up to this time, and he joins me on the line. Dela, thanks so much for joining me. Obviously, we'll have to start from the promise by Dr. Kwame, who is chairman of the club. One, he says if they're able to get through to the money zone, he will give each player 20,000 Ghana cedis, and also eventually, if they win the competition, each player will be given a two-bedroom house. How's that likely to motivate the players?
Well, thank you very much, Benedict. It's been a very difficult morning for all of us, but I guess we just have to work. Yes, indeed. I've been told that after the announcement, the motivation of the players has even gone much higher. That desire to win on Sunday has gone to a very different level. I've been with the team. I've watched their training sessions. Yesterday, I had the opportunity to watch them again. And you could see that you'll see a bunch of guys who are determined to write their name in history books, a bunch of guys who know what is at stake ahead of them, a bunch of guys who are ready to lift up the image of Ghana football once again. And we are expecting that from what we've seen at the training session to be able to manifest in the game on Sunday. It's been a huge promise for them, although it's not going to be an easy task for them to accomplish. But at least it sort of gives them the driving force to go into the game on Sunday. You know that the team has been camping for almost 2 weeks now. They have a plush hotel close to the training ground. That's where they are. And when I spoke to Coach Steve Pollack in the course of the week, he told me that it's been one of the best preparations he's had so far since even starting his work as a coach. And he thinks that what they've gone through in the last 2 weeks is something that is good for the team. If they are able to implement what they've been taught or what he's seen at the training grounds, especially with the attacking line of the team, it's really worked on them, and he's hoping that whatever they practice in the training sessions are going to come out during the game. Then he's sure that victory is going to be on the side of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. It's not only the technical team or the management who are doing their bit; the supporters front are also doing their bit. They are coming in with some Jama groups from some of the tertiary institutions here in Kumasi and some other towns around Kumasi. Fijasi, for instance, they are bringing one Jama group from there. They are bringing Jama group from KNUST, transporting the students, about 150 of them, also at Cape College. So they are trying to rally people to come to the stadium. They know that the 12th person on the pitch for Kotoko on that day is going to be the supporters. And we all know how attendance to matches has gone very down here in Kumasi and so here in Ghana when it comes to football. And so they are trying their best to make sure that they are able to mass up people to come to the stadium. They've been going around radio stations. They have distributed tickets to distribute tickets on Sunday because the tickets will come out on Sunday. And so when you call in, apart from those who are serial callers, the floating callers, I would say, all of them from yesterday up to Saturday, they pick up your name and then you come in for free tickets. And this is being done by the circles, the national circles and the regional circles. And it's all being done to make sure that they get the supporters in their numbers at the stadium on Sunday to come and share the team to victory. And so we are expecting something good for the team on Sunday. And we hope that from all that the others are doing, it's going to help the team to win the game on Sunday. Even some of the circles, even some of the circle members have decided to go have decided to fast towards this game. And I hear some of them started fasting towards the game on Sunday from yesterday. And so it's interesting what is happening here in Kumasi. Already the management has also been able to do miniature flags for the taxis, and they are sharing it in town for private cars to fix on their cars, just to create the awareness that such a big game is coming on Sunday. And so the euphoria is high, and I'm hoping that from all that they've done and from what the radio stations are also doing for the club, we are going to have a full house on Sunday, and we are sure that the team is going to deliver as expected.
How about Kotoko's opponent, CARA? Are they in town?
I spoke to the Greater Accra rep of the club late yesterday night. They were expecting them yesterday night. After the time we spoke, they were not in. But he tells me that the moment they arrive, They've booked flights for them. They'll be coming in 2 batches. And so we are expecting that by 10 a.m. today, the first batch will arrive, and then the second batch will also arrive later in the afternoon. They'll be lodging at the Royal Lametta Hotel, and they'll be having a training session at the Pajo Park at KNUST later this afternoon around 4 p.m. And then tomorrow at the match venue, according to CAF regulations, at the Babara Stadium, tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock as well.
Dela, thanks so much for your time this morning. So that was my colleague Delali Atiasi in Kumasi with that update on the Kumasi Asante Kotoko-CARA game, which will happen at the Babara Sports Stadium on Sunday. So what would have done this morning is, as we talk about the CAF Confederation Cup and also talk about Indiana Stars playing in the CAF Champions League, also would have spoken about the Ghana Premier League starting this weekend. But it's not going to happen because Accra Great Olympics secured an injunction on Monday to stop the launch of the Premier League and also to stop the Ghana Football Association from organizing their Congress on Wednesday and Thursday. And by so, the Premier League is also not starting this weekend. Yesterday, I caught up with Vice President of the Ghana Football Association, George Free, and he expressed the frustration at the injunction.
I'm sure, as you are already aware, matters of the courts, it's difficult for some of us to comment. And once you are aware that it's an injunction, it will be difficult for me to comment about it.
How frustrating it is?
Well, it's frustrating. You have to, that one I need to admit. It's not easy. It's not easy. But, the question I keep asking myself, now who caused that?
But this puts the FA in bad light.
Well, it's one of the things that we have to find a way to eradicate from our football. It's not helping, actually.
And for the people out there who have this perception that seasoning out, seasoning in will go to court, what would you tell them?
Well, I think that as a regulatory body, we need to make sure that we look at our rules, and we also have to look within whether is this something that we are not doing right, and then if it's that, what can we do to tighten the rough edges and to make sure that the reoccurrence of these things does not happen. It's frustrating anyway, and I agree with you. Who definitely is among this challenge.
So that was George Free, he's Vice President of the Ghana Football Association. Now, the 2018 Winter Olympic Games get underway in Pyeongchang. That's today. And Akwesi Frimpong is Ghana's only representative at the competition. Now, Ghana's chef de mission, that's Jerry Shibe, is confident the skeleton athlete will not disappoint.
For someone who virtually suffered, had to go through an illegal migration, and it was then 8 years, is now stayed in America for a certain period. And he's not forgotten one thing, that it comes from Ghana, that his umbilical cord is Ghana. And it's not as if he did not get the Americans poaching him or the Dutch poaching him. They did, but he stood by his words that, listen, I'm doing this for Ghana. And he's done it. The fact that he's even qualified to go and participate in this game is enormous marketing for the Ghanaian people. Like I said, we've been paying. I think Ministry of Tourism pays so much to CNN. We get 1 minute, but Akwesi gets more than 7 minutes.
And what do you anticipate going into the games?
He's going to do very well. This is a guy who is an inspiration himself. He virtually practices or trains every day. What does that tell us? It tells us that, listen, I just want to make the name Ghana read and sound in the ears of each and every person. I want to make the name Ghana be everywhere dense like an indifference curve. That's exactly what the guy wants to do. So he's ready virtually to kill himself for Ghana, and that is the inspiration we should have as young people.